Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And we've seen Durant go on to do great things in the NBA, but he had that one magical season with the Longhorns.
Yeah, you go back to his freshman year, he was player of the year. The first freshman to achieve that status. Absolutely dominated in every way on the floor. You knew the NBA was in his future immediately.
And Blair kicks to 4. Texas moving it around. Rush outside. Joseph with the rebound. King in at shooting guard. Also Trice out there. And it's Joseph in at the center.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly... he's supposed to do in that situation.
And for Texas, we've got Richmond, and it's Ford in at the 4. It's a completely new group here for the Hoyas. A minute 20 left here in the first half. Edwards passes to Ellis. Edwards inside, guarded by King. A nice shot by Hudson.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay. And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Catching up on the changes for Texas. Ford's checked in, and it's Richmond in for Ellis.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And here's Edwards. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And time now for the halftime break with the second half of basketball. Hello, welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. As we get set for the second half.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunity.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, King, he's in at point guard. Hudson is out there with Warren. Then there's Price, and it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Hoyas shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The Texas Longhorns have been building their basketball program over the years. They have been on the verge of greatness for a long time.
I think Texas in general is very decorated in its athletics program. I mean, still looking for their first college basketball championship on the men's side is what they're reaching for. Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
Well, I tell you what.
Here is Edwards. On the court for the Longhorns. They've got Doherty. Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then it's Turner. And it's Ford in a power forward. The Georgetown Hoyas have had so many great centers. Greg Monroe, Roy Hibbert, some of the more great recent guys.
Yeah, but don't forget about the one who kind of set that trend in motion. Patrick Ewing was just a dominant force. And then you had Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning. And it's amazing. All of these guys we just named were picked in the top 7 of the NBA draft.
Pass to Edwards. At the top of the key, Turner. Ellis dishes to Doherty. Outside Turner. Clock is at 3. Here's Edwards. No good with the triple.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Well, in Texas, the Longhorns are known for their football history, actually all over the country. They have an impressive basketball alumnus list, too, though. A lot of pros have come out of Texas.
That's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off. You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
With the Texas Longhorn program, they've had a lot of NBA talent through the years, Greg Durant being the biggest name, but there are plenty.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge is not far behind in terms of his impact.
Actually, my first
Tristan Thompson, DJ Augustine, Avery Bradley. Been a lot of great Longhorns to play in our league. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hoyas.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's got to be frustrating to shoot so poorly when the other team is on fire.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freak. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
To the paint. Jordy, no luck.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
I'm Mr. Big Fella. Hold on, Big Fella. Hold on, Big Fella. Let's show history.
Turner against Hudson. Here's Ellis. He is hauled in by the Hoyas. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You need better wisdom there.
There's 14 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Blair against King. No one near him. Blair can't hit. So the Hoyas win it. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans too, Kevin, gave their...
Hi, everyone. A pleasure to have you join us here tonight. College basketball is in the air, and we are right in the midst of all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Georgetown Hoyas and the Michigan Wolverines.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
A look at the Hoyas starting group in at point guard. Warren is out there with Hudson. Then there's Price, and it's Randolph in at the two-guard spot. Here's Flash Crawford. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Well, for a long time, Michigan has been a big power in men's basketball. Really, in all sports, the school has a very strong program.
No doubt, the Wolverines love their sports. Easy to cheer for the basketball program with all the success they've had over the years.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Hoyas. Now the fast break. King with the ball.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't...
Deep right there, though. I ain't gonna lie, I was deep, though. Look at this shot, bro. Look at this shot, bro. Look how far I am. Yeah, I know I never shoot from that far now. Dang, boys, I tell you, that jump was fire right there.
Grew up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on. from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. With Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Takes the three. The shot is off. Now the Wolverines take it the other way. Now the feed to Ellis. Michigan moving it around. And then Smith with the dunk.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
Boy, it's been tough for Freak here in the first half. Not sure why he's been so slow out of the gate, but you can see he's not himself.
And guys, with the production he puts up, he's going to see a lot of different
Hornets with some changes. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
On the court for Michigan. Taylor is out there with Smith. Then there's Flash. Then it's Jones. And it's Banks in at the 2 spot. Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long. Really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. And they've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Out of bounds, Georgetown takes possession.
And for the Hoyas, they really are one of the defining members of their conference. Hard to think about hoops in the Washington, D.C. area without thinking about the Hoyas. The blue and gray they wear is really just iconic.
And the Hoyas making a change here. Randolph is checked in. And it's Freak missing. Here's Flash. Looking for his first basket still in this one. To the middle. Jones, no one around him. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And you know, the Hoyas only have one college tournament title in their history. They won it all in 1984 and then returned in 85 to the title game, only to be upset by Villanova.
And that one's good. Kings got the lead up to 2 now for the Hoyas.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Can't get it to go. Now here's Jones. Smith with a screen on Price. Outside, Jones. Leans from outside. Flash misses.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
King outside. He gets it up. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. In a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors ahead. They lead by 2. And time now for the halftime break with the second half of basketball right up. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up And that should benefit star players like Freak, who...
Taking a look at the Hoyas. King, he's in at point guard. Warren is out there with Price. Then there's Hudson. And it's Randolph.
Here I come. All right.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
And here are the Hoyas now.
Guys, it's almost impossible to think about Michigan basketball. And not think of the Fab Five. I mean, one of the most storied recruiting classes ever. They were dominant in their tenure here at Michigan.
The dish to Ellis. Randolph grabs the board.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
It's Crawford on the wing. Screen by Ellis. Outside, Jones from the arc, and he gets the bucket. Jones has got 6.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
So both teams changing it up here. Michigan ends up going with the new group, and the Hoyas with some changes. Georgetown trails by 5. King, right side. There's the 3. And it's Michigan with the rebound. Smith's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Michigan moving it around. It's Banks with the drive. Harkless with the steal. And a wide open look for Freak. And it's off from three-point range. They've got Smith. Jones is out there with Wright. And there's Flash. And it's Banks and it's shooting guard. Harkless with the steal. He's got a clear path. Here's King. His three-pointers off the mark.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
And guys, you've seen it countless times. In a close game, hustle plays can really make the difference.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Jones kicks to Banks. King with the block, and it's out of bounds. The Wolverines able to retain possession here. And the Hoyas making a change here. And Michigan has possession. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Shoots from the elbow, and that one's good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Outside, Jones. Crawford outside. Pass to Flash. Unloads from 13. Jones kicks to Ellis. And that one's good. Ellis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Wolverines.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
King outside. Sinks the triple. King's got 19 points.
Fantastic bomb there, just especially against the taller defender.
Clutch shooting, determination, and plenty of skill, too.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
.129 left in the second half of basketball. Rob. Right side, Randolph takes a three. Taylor with the rebound. Taylor's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Crawford passes to Flash. Feeds it to Ellis. Passes to Flash. The little runner inside.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket. Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
King outside. That 3 off the mark. And he commits the intentional foul. Smith checked in for Taylor. And Georgetown also making a switch. Warren's checked in. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Flash, covered by King. Flash passes to Smith, and now we've got the intentional foul. There's 18 seconds left here in the second half. And an intentional foul right there.
Shooting for the Wolverines, Stephen Ellis at the line for 2.
And no good this time on the 1-and-1. Here's King. Knocks down the 3.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage inside.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
At the line for 2.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And so it's Michigan winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew.
Sway, let's get it.
Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the UCLA Bruins and the Georgetown Hoyas.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
So on the floor for UCLA, they've got Campbell. Fresh is out there with Free, and it's Roberts in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Fresh. Roberts passes to Free. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. The shot by Looney, no good. Well, UCLA and all those incredible national titles in men's basketball, Clark, they were the program in the 60s and 70s.
Yep, completely dominated the landscape of college ball during that time. From 64 to 75, they won 10 titles in 12 seasons.
Here's Free. There's the pick. Pass to Campbell. Fires from deep. Here's Looney. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Kept alive, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Outside Randolph. From outside the arc. And it's Freak missing.
Sleep till 1 o'clock. No, it's like 4. I ain't gonna sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired shit. We don't get it. See, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing. I just keep that. Oh my God, Golden State Warriors for real though.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
I'm gonna make that.
Come on, fans! Let's get up and get pumped!
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Golden State Warriors come in for this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Miami leading by 5.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that.
He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Kept alive.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Curry attacking. Here's Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Dang against Barnes. Dang with the bucket.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Warriors trail by 4. Here's Curry. Bosch grabs the miss. Miami's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And Doris Burke spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And the Heat with some changes. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade. And Golden State also making a change. Barbosa's checked in. The Heat leading by 4. Pass to Stoudemire. Green kicks to Freak from deep. That's good. King's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. And you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
Barbosa kicks to Curry. Again, Curry missing.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Freak. Second in three-point field goal percentage, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And back to your point, I mean, a lot of his effectiveness has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone.
That free throw, no good.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Chris Bosh. And Golden State also making a change. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Curry. The drive by Green. Anderson with the block. Unloads from 9. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends of the floor.
Barbosa for 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Barbosa's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Green kicks to Anderson. Stoudemire, the screen. Pass to Green. Heat moving the ball around. King. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. King's got 8 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
In the corner, Iguodala with it. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Iguodala has got his first points of the game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's King. Misses the 3.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Livingston kicks to Spates. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Shot misses. The first quarter concludes. And we've seen some big scoring numbers of late from Freak. We heard from perimeter defensive ace Andre Iguodala about how they hope to contain him tonight. Not to disagree, but don't you have to let a different look for Miami? Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Wash comes in for Gerald Green. And King subbed in for Goran Dragic. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Green, the screen. Thompson from long range. And he gets it to go. Thompson's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point.
Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. Klay Thompson is second.
Yeah, you don't have to be a great shooter to play two guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters that
here. Winslow's checked in. From deep, Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And now just a 4-point Heat lead.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Freak kicks to Wade. Stoudemire the screen, and it's Wade penetrating, and he gets the bucket. Wade's got 10 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Thompson in the corner. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
King against Curry. Front past the arc, and he trains the 3. Good-looking shot there from King. 11 points in the game. Warriors trail by 7.
Curry is low, bro. He was low. Cause look at, I was like, yeah. I kept doing him dirty. I was like, eat. And it came down. Swish, baby.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He ended with 22 points, and part of that scoring came from beyond the arc, adding a few threes to his already impressive season total. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Kicks it to Green. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Deep. And it's Freak missing.
And you know what? Sometimes there's a reason why you're open. Maybe not the shot you should be taking.
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level. Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Pass to Bogut. Bogut with a screen on Wade. Wade against Thompson. Here's Green. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
King. Tries again. Can't capitalize inside.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Heat up by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Coach Spoelstra. And, Coach, how do you rate the team's defensive performance to this point?
We're playing our normal defense, which is to be aggressive, disruptive. And for the most part, we've been able to cover ground except for the fouls at the basket.
Coach, thanks for the time. Jim.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Klay Thompson has been sensational. A different look for Miami. Chris Anderson has checked in for Whiteside. Green comes in for Chris Bosh. And King subbed in for Dwayne Wade. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. King in at point guard. Dang out there with Anderson. Then there's Gerald Green. And it's Dragic in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
And it's tied up with that one. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in. Mo VP from time to time.
Here is Livingston, covered by King. Livingston dishes to Barnes. Clock at 6 for the lead. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And it's Freak missing. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Mark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Tries a three, and he gets it to go. King's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
They double him with Freak. Here is Livingston, defended by King from the stripe, and he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 2.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Outside, Green. Good ball movement here by Miami. Back to King. That one wide left. And for the Warriors, they're shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Outside, Green for the three. The offensive rebound.
That's the wall.
Buries it down low. And now a 4-point Warrior lead.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he's brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
He dishes it to Spates. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dragic. Green with the block. Barbosa against King. 52 seconds left in the third.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. And he gets it to go. Barnes has got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors. The Heat shooting 41% for the game. He tries for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Miami with the ball. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And when things started to go wrong for him in that game, boy.
Sorry, bro. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, we actually lost by 3. But I got y'all next time. Dude. Hold up. Oh shit, y'all can't see me. My bad. But I got you next time. Peace.